George Donaldson from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I got a little varied history. I've done a lot of things in my life. I started very young building hot rods and racing cars, and ended up racing professionally for 25 years. And kind of before that, when I was going to LSU, I wanted a day job. I wanted to go to school in the daytime, so I got a night job. And I ended up where I was working on jukeboxes, pinball machines, and slot machines, and ended up, somebody asked me for one for their house, and I got them one, and it grew and grew and grew into a really huge business, which really led me into the business that I talk about the most, which was all the slot machine restorations needed chrome plating. So I built a chrome plating shop. And it grew into a really big business, into the fact to where I really did it just to where I could get the parts for myself plated, and I didn't care about making money on it. As long as they did my stuff. But we were doing good work, so it really started growing. So it turned into where it was a bumper recycling plant, where I had to keep $1 million worth of inventory to be competitive. I had to keep a front and rear bumper of every model, of every brand of car and truck, foreign and domestic. And then I had to keep a front and rear bumper of every model of every brand of car and truck, foreign and domestic. And I had to keep it current year back 15 years, and then high volume numbers of the most popular ones. We also did chrome plating for manufactured goods. We had a large account that was started in Rain, Louisiana, which manufactured all the gym equipment for the gyms around the world. And they had made a painted version and a chrome version, and what they were doing was painting the frames, and we would chrome plate all the stack weights. You've all been in gyms, so you know what I'm talking about. The pull down bars, all the things that came off of it, the pulleys, the rods, and that kind of stuff. And a complete gym that my company plated went to England for Prince Charles and Diana's private gym. And I was really kind of proud of that. How many people can say that? But I tell the story of my business because over the years it turned into a very successful monster. The plant was running 24 hours a day. I had tremendous risk. My insurance went up every year. The chemicals went up every year. Had a lot of turnover with help. And I'd be called out in the middle of the night with a problem. And I just didn't have a life doing that. It grew into the monster that I didn't want. I was burned out and was open to something else. Somebody asked me to take a look at a network marketing company. Being from the corporate world, I thought network marketing was stupid. Sandra had done a little bit of network marketing. I saw her deliver a $20 order. It cost her more to deliver than she made on it. But fortunately for me, I was asked by Bob Reed, a friend that I trusted and respected, and he asked me to take a look at a new gold and silver company that Richard Hansen had thought of back in 1995. And Bob taught me that I should have been saving gold and silver that holds its purchasing power instead of the paper money that I was saving that doesn't hold its purchasing power. Bob taught me how a binary works, and that was key because I'm a numbers guy, and once I understood that, I was in. Went to work part-time, and for long I was making more money in network marketing than I was with a company with $1 million of inventory. Sold that company, would never ever do anything but network marketing now. Then Richard Hansen comes back along and calls Bob Reed up, and got him to partner with him in 7K Metals. And the second Bob hung up the phone with Richard, he gave me a call saying, "George, we got to have a meeting. I've got to show our Baton Rouge group something very important that I just found out about." We had that meeting the next night on a Friday night. And before Bob could finish telling the 7K Metals story to our group, I was on my computer signing up before he could even finish talking. Next day, I simply went to work telling the 7K Metals story, sharing it. By the end of that week, I'd earned my first 7K Metals check. End of the second week, I earned my second 7K Metals check. As 7K Metals has grown, I've earned lots of checks along the way, and now the checks are coming consistently. Folks, you only want to build an organization with a company that's going to pay you the most money for your efforts. And that company is truly 7K Metals. I've been a full-time networker since I teamed up with Bob in 1996. And I've been very blessed to have earned millions of dollars over the years in this industry. The problem with the industry was I was making a fortune, but the people I was putting into my business weren't. I joined 7K Metals because 7K Metals fixed this problem. 7K Metals has truly built a company that allows the average person to earn above average income. You know, I want everybody I put in 7K Metals to make as much as more than I make. I could have retired a long time ago, but I haven't because I love changing people's lives. When you can take a person that's earned very, very little money in their life, and you can teach them and help them to start earning thousands of dollars with 7K Metals, you have changed that person's life forever. Folks, I am a 7K Metals lifer.
Good job.
That's your story, see?
Yes.
See, because now, what does that, what kind of questions does it bring up? Because y'all heard a few things about George that y'all never heard before.
That's true.
Like, he built and drove race cars.
Yes.
And he was a professional dragster racer.
For people's
He
homes.
restored and built jukeboxes and pinball machines and slot machines.
And he could have retired. He could have retired
Ran a
20 years ago.
a chrome plating business. And so that would do what? People who don't know George, his business grow up, they'll go up to him when he's eating, when he's talking. And they're, tell me about dragsters. Or, what about the pinball machine, jukebox, slot machines? You know? And then but guess what? He's got many other stories that didn't come with that introduction.
And the fact that he wants to help me.
By the way, I'll send this to you. I'll put it up on YouTube. Then you can send it to Zach because that's your story.
That's the best.
They can
that's
edit
the
this
best
one.
Presentation
You know.
ever made.
Hey,
Make
and
it
you called
compressed.
me. I mean, I wasn't expecting you to do that.
No,
but
but
I
That's the
was
way
like,
you do your story.
Well, it was the
But I'm
story.
going to
I
send
just
it to
changed
you.
the
Now
front.
you need to transcribe it in writing, and then you.
What's that?
It was
I like
better.
this one better.
I like
Well,
this
this
one
is
better.
what I was going to do.
This
because
was
the rest
a much
of the story
better
was
story.
But I had to chop it up because Rick told me not to have much
I
time.
understand.
Bob, that makes us think, the ones that are down under him, that he's just doing this to help us make money. And all of these owners that I met, they feel the same way.
Exactly.
They could have already retired, but they're staying in the business to help us make more money.
Well, if y'all haven't, those of you that didn't go to the conference, maybe you ought to start off watching Josh Anderson.
Is that you're talking about Josh? Cindy?
He will tell you how this business really got started.
Right, they were playing golf.
Yeah.
Zach and Josh, who are very young men, who are multimillionaires, their life was get up, make the golf course about 9:30 at the private country club, play the first 9, eat lunch, and there's nobody else on the course but them, 2 young guys. Eat lunch, hour lunch, then go out and finish the back 9 in the afternoon. And one day, Josh looked at Zach and said, "What are we doing? We aren't helping. What lives are we changing?
We're the only ones on the golf course. What are we doing?
Let's go talk to Rick about the gold coins he drops in our hands all the time. Let's go see if we heard him straight. See, Rick, for 20 years, dropped gold coins in Josh and Zach's hand and Roger Ball's hand. And now I was just kind of saying, get away from me. We've heard your story. But see, that was Richard's dream, was to recreate what we did in the 90s. See? And we tried to do it with FOE too. We just didn't have the right person, or we didn't even have the same person that was with us back in the 90s. However, Wick, through all of his years of associations up there with Roger and Marcia Ball, the right person was there, and he finally penetrated their brains. And y'all really need to listen to it, because it's kind of emotional. They get emotional when they talk about it, because it was an emotional thing, kind of a life-changing experience for them too. Now they're working hard. See, they're doing the stuff I told y'all I don't want to do. I don't want to run a company. I know what headaches that is. I don't want that part. And see,
They're there all the time.
See, Bob, look.
Oh, yeah.
And see